Judging by the way my hair looks now, I bet you wouldn't think that I ever had like extremely damaged hair. I'm gonna show you a picture of maybe a little bit after I left hair school, and it might be a jump scare, but this is it right here. So I continually kept changing my hair color. I was bleaching my hair. It was really, really bad. It was breaking. The chemical damage was insane. So if that's you, or you just struggle to find a routine that's gonna keep your hair healthy, I'm gonna give you my full routine that I do on a weekly basis. And if you wanna apply this at home, I can guarantee you that your hair is going to be healthier, it's gonna start growing, and you're gonna have a lot less hair loss from it. So not only myself, but my clients have come to me with, maybe they did their hair at home and by accident they either bleached it at home and it's really spotty, or they caused a ton of damage. So I'm gonna show you what I do to keep my hair healthy and come back from that. What you need is your foundational products. What are foundations? So your foundations are your shampoo and conditioner. These are your everyday products. It's gonna be your leave-in conditioner, and then it's gonna be your heat protectant. So those three things should be something that you always have, you always purchase, and these are the foundations that are gonna keep your hair healthy. So I'm gonna show you what products I use. Starting off with shampoo and conditioner, we're using K18. So I use the Repair shampoo and conditioner. This helps to add moisture into my blonde hair as well as help with the bonds. So it's so, so good, and honestly, I wasn't sold on it at first. I really don't try to jump on those trains when things first come out, like Olaplex or whatever the case might be. But I was really, really impressed the first time I used these, and I think that overall, it has really helped my hair a lot. So some things you want to note. For your shampoo, I know this might be self-explanatory, but when you're shampooing, make sure you're shampooing just your scalp and not your mids to ends. You should be shampooing twice. So if you have a ton of product in your hair or buildup, or maybe your hair gets really oily, if you go in between washes about 3 to 4 days, you're gonna wanna make sure that you shampoo twice in the shower. This not only helps your scalp to stay very clean, you also need to massage it very well. What happens is this right here stimulates blood flow to your scalp, and that's what helps your hair grow. Ultimately, it's the blood flow to your follicles. Now, the second thing that should be a foundational product is gonna be your leave-in conditioner. I like to use the Mizani Miracle Milk. However, you can kind of use any leave-in conditioner that you want. Again, just make sure that it doesn't have too much protein in it. Also, I'm gonna put a clip in showing you exactly how to use it. So if you have fine hair like me, you need to make sure that you're spraying it just a couple of spritzes here and there, and then mostly concentrating it on your mids to your ends. I do like to do 1 to 2 spritzes on the very, very top, and then I'll brush that through. This is something that you should be doing after you get out of the shower every single time you wash your hair. It's a non-negotiable. Okay, so now what's the third thing? You'd be surprised. So it's gonna be your heat protectant. However, this changes for every person depending on your lifestyle. So I'm not gonna lie, before I started doing videos, I literally never heat styled my hair. I'm one of those people that if I don't have to do my hair, I definitely don't do my hair. So I usually blow dry my hair for you guys, or I'll do some type of style, but 9 times out of 10, my hair is up in a bun or up in a ponytail. So if you are that type of person, then you're probably gonna wanna go with an oil. This is something that you should put on after you get out of the shower. The reason why is because it might be some type of a myth, but your hair actually tends to soak up those oils a lot better when the cuticle's open. Example is when your hair is wet than when it is closed. So you should be putting oil on your ends and then running it up through your mid shaft when your hair is damp, especially if you think that you have overprocessed ends. Using a hair oil every single time you do your hair is going to be a game changer for you. Not only does it add the protein that you need, it has moisture, it adds shine, it'll make your hair soft. It's overall a very good benefit to keep your hair healthy and keep it from splitting up. Now, if you're the type of person that usually does blow dry your hair or heat style your hair a lot, there are other products that you should be using. So If you do blow dry your hair a lot, you should be using a blow dry serum. So this has to do with frizz control, but it should also have heat protection in it. Normally, I like to do a combination of some type of oil with a serum in it. The Olaplex, what is this? The Olaplex number 9 is the one I've been using for years. Love this one. It has a little bit of the oil in it and it makes my hair so soft. So this is perfect if you blow dry your hair mostly, I don't know, every day or every time you get out of the shower. Now, as far as heat styling goes, you're gonna wanna use a dryer spray for heat protection. So even if you have that oil in your hair, you should be adding another layer of heat protection. Heat damage is no joke. So if you're somebody that continually uses hot irons on your hair, you need heat protectant as a spray on each section, not just the oil. You need to make sure that you're adding this to each section, mostly because not everybody washes their hair every single day. So if you do heat style, make sure you get something like Hot Off the Press by Paul Mitchell. Okay, so we talked about my foundational products. Now we're gonna talk about my routine. So I usually wash my hair about every 2 to 3 days. My hair typically does get a little bit more oily. That's because I have fine hair. So I'll do my hair wash day. I'll add my leave-in conditioner in that as well as the hair oil, and I'll just let that air dry. Every week though, at the end of the week, I'll make sure I do some type of hair mask. So I have tried multiple ones over the years. Very best one that I've actually seen get real results is the one by K18. So the molecular repair mask actually rebuilds the bonds that live inside the cortex of your hair. That's the deepest part of your hair shaft. This one actually, you shampoo your hair and you do not condition your hair. You'll do a couple of these pumps in your hand and then you'll rub it together and put it on damp hair. And then it works best if you actually blow dry your hair after that, but you don't have to. So once a week, you should be doing some type of treatment on your hair. And again, just make sure it doesn't have too much protein in it. Always opt for the product that has moisture over protein. Now, taking this a step further, I'm gonna show you guys a couple of pictures of some of my clients. So this client, she actually went to a hair school. She got her hair done. It wasn't the healthiest to begin with. So unfortunately, what ended up happening is some of her hair got over processed and some of her hair actually got missed. So you'll see a bunch of little like patches in her hair where it's uneven. So I actually put her onto this routine and she actually did amazing on it, and I'll show you the after photo. So that's what her hair looks like currently. I've been doing her hair for about 2 to 3 years now, and you can just see how much hair growth she has and how healthy her blonde hair is. If you have blonde damaged hair, I don't believe that you should just go slap a box dye or put a brown color on it. You can still stay blonde by changing your hair routine and making your hair healthier and still get those highlights as long as you do it the correct way. So moving on to your scalp health. What I like to do is I'll take a scalp oil. This one's by Balm Bear. I'm not associated with their company whatsoever. However, I will put a link to that in the description below. This is a dry oil. So the best part about this is you can do it every single day, and I will show you how I put it on. It's a more like, it's not a thick consistency. So I like to put it on the areas that I have the most issue with, and that's right here. I call them my bald spots. So I'll take a drop and put it there and then rub it in. And I'll do that every single day. And actually I have a ton of baby hairs growing there already, which is really great. But I mean, I've always had this type of hairline my whole entire life. And I think that this oil has done wonders for it. It is a natural way to help your scalp health improve and increase hair growth. So for this specific product, like I said, you can put it on every single day if you wanted to. You don't have to go wash your hair after. Obviously, it does leave a little bit of oil on your hair, but it's nothing compared to those thick hair oils that you have to do once a week, and you have to just let it sit on there and then go wash your hair 2 or 3 times. So I really, really liked this one, and I'm still in the process of seeing how well it works, but I'll link that in the description below if you want to check it out. My very last tip for you guys is to get yourself some type of hair vitamin. So I know everybody takes biotin, obviously, and that's the vitamin that helps your hair grow. However, I usually struggle with just having hair loss. So the same exact company as the scalp serum that I showed you guys is called Balm Bear. I really like their vitamin gummies. They're all natural and it actually has folate in it. There's a ton of other vitamins in there that you don't really find in those just typical hair gummies. So I will link this in the description below as well. And they actually taste really good. Now the very last topic I will talk about is how often you need to get your hair cut, which some of my clients and a lot of you do not like to get your hair cut. It's kind of a struggle, I think, sometimes with my clients. My advice to you is do whatever you want, but if you want your hair to keep growing and not split up, especially if you've damaged your hair with chemicals or bleach, or you just have ends that are splitting up, you should be trimming your hair like a little micro trim, like every 6 to 8 weeks. So that's what I have started to do. And I have another video on that as well, so if you want to check that out, I'll put that up above. But if you can tell, my hair looks healthy, my ends don't look stringy, and I'll put a couple of videos of my befores. So before I even colored my hair, I had let my hair grow for a very long time without touching it, and you can just see on those ends, they were looking real rough. So trim every 6 to 8 weeks. So if you've stuck around this long, then you're a trooper, because I went through a ton of products. I really hope that you guys do try some of those. And if maybe you can't afford to get every single product, that's totally fine. But again, at least the 3 foundation products you absolutely need if you are trying to get a healthy hair routine and establish good habits that improve your hair health over time. And it's just like having a face routine. So you're not going to see results immediately. It's going to take time and dedication. So changing your habits is going to encourage this, and I hope that this helps you guys on your journey. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and again, I'll link everything as well. If you do want to book a personal consultation with me, it is completely free. I will send that link to you as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.